impressive 2012 rally and putting it in third place globally in terms of percent earnings. The main EGX 30 index closed the year at 5,462 points, up 50.8 points from the 2011 close. Despite such a notable performance, the index remained well below the pre-uprising level of 6,723 points. The stock market started its recovery this year after it had suffered serious blows following the January 2011 popular uprising and an overall global economic downturn. The Egyptian exchange is the third best performing stock market worldwide, following Venezuela's IBC's index and Turkey XU 100 index, despite analysts predicting that economic volatility and unrest could have negative repercussions on its performance. A more than 25% growth in trading volume could be counted as the year's best indicator for the exchange. Rahma Zainuddin filed in the following report on the most prominent economic events during the year 2012.
7% GDP growth rate, the Egyptian people still took to the streets demanding bread, freedom and social justice. The Egyptian revolution exposed Egypt's heavy dependence on tourism and foreign investment. The two, depending on stability, were badly affected as Egypt saw a turbulent transitional period. With President Mohamed Morsi coming into power, he inherited a badly hit economy that needed complete rehabilitation. His 100-day plan presumed economic reform and restructure. Many will argue that the steps taken were not efficient, whilst others will state that the plan was hindered due to the continuation of instability in the streets and in the political arena.
وعلى الرغم من عمل الحكومة في ظل ظروف صعبة وعلى الرغم من التحديات الضخمة التي تواجه الاقتصاد المصري.
With Egypt's economy taking a nosedive, many talked about the loan from the International Monetary Fund as a necessity, whilst others called against the loan, stating that Egypt could not handle it and did not need to further enter into debt. As a sense of deep divide hit Egypt over a controversial constitution, many have looked at how the turbulent turn of events has affected the economic field. Now that the constitution has passed and the Shura Council holds legislative power until the election of a parliament, many question whether the Shura Council will be implementing laws that will affect the economic situation, or will that be left to the new parliament?
كما أسفرت معاملات الاقتصاد المصري مع العالم الخارجي، أسفرت عن تخفيض العجز الكلي لميزان المدفوعات بنحو الخمس مقارنة بنفس الفترة خلال العام الماضي.
One thing is certain, the slogan bread, freedom and social justice remain the forefront goal of the Egyptian people. Rahma Zainuddin, Nile International.
Economic perspective also, many hopes are centered on improving the economic performance by mega national projects. One of those projects is the Suez Development Project. The Suez Canal is one of the most important international waterways in the world, and the project could turn Egypt into one of the most developed countries worldwide. More details in the following report.
As Egypt struggles to emerge from a period of deep financial uncertainty, Government officials are looking towards the country's vital shipping artery, the Suez Canal, as a major source of revenue and jobs. Officials from several ministries have announced a suite of massive public-private partnerships aimed at developing the region. They hope that this waterway connecting Asia's economies to those of the Western Hemisphere could evolve into a high-tech logistical hub with a thriving commercial and urban center growing out of the surrounding barren landscape. Earlier in December, the Ministries of Housing, Industry, Investment and Transport met to discuss the development of what they call the Suez Canal Axis, several parcels of land in and around the Desert Passageway. As part of the project, 77,000 acres east of Suez Canal will be reclaimed, in addition to establishing fisheries across the governorates of Suez and Port Said. The project will target three areas: the area east of Port Said, Ismailia, that is the Abel District and Technology Valley, and the northwest Gulf of Suez along with the port and airport of Ain Sukhna. Ministers said the projects should transform the Suez Canal axis by 2027. Projects include the establishment of a technology university in the Technology Valley in Ismailia, a scientific city in cooperation with the international universities, and a medical city in eastern Port Said City. Who also attended the meeting told the state news agency MENA that if the projects are completed, they could create about 1 million jobs in the coming decade. The government also seems to be giving the projects significant financial priority. Minister of Investment Osama Saleh announced that his ministry would be responsible for obtaining the necessary funding for the project. The development push also seems to be motivated by recently signed international trade agreements. The Ministry of Industry and Foreign Trade intends to establish industrial complexes and central ports to boost exports and trade and contribute to economic growth. In order for the canal to continue being a safe passageway, it must be improved and maintained regularly. The project will accomplish this goal by 1. Widening of single-way canal cuts at various locations to eliminate navigational hazards and increase the wet cross-sectional area of the canal. 2. Deepening the canal and its approaches in various locations to permit the passage of vessels. 3. Deepening and improving Port Said Harbor and providing berths for cargo and passenger ships clear of the canal channel and assembly area. 4. Constructing a research laboratory and miscellaneous buildings required for the Canal Authority's operation. 5. Constructing roads and bridges in the Port Tawfiq and Port Said areas. 6. Performing miscellaneous civil engineering and maritime construction. And 7. Procuring dredging equipment, tugs, launches, barges, ferry boats, pilot vessels, floating and land cranes, and earth-moving, electrical, air supply, water supply, firefighting, and telecommunications equipment to meet the authority's future requirements and replace obsolete equipment. These improvements will increase the safety and operation of the Suez Canal. Praising the national project, Malaysia's Mahathir Mohamad said, "Heed that the Suez Canal National Project is the 21st century project for Egypt, and the whole world will fruit the benefits of this project." He said the project is as great as the digging of the Suez Canal, adding that Egypt is about to witness a true economic revolution. He called for combining the efforts for the revolution to win. American writer Noam Chomsky at a seminar in Columbia University said that the Suez Canal Development Project adopted by President Mohamed Morsi is of strategic importance given Suez's geographical location.
As the country struggles to fend off economic growth and looks forward to development on many tracks, the role of science and technology takes center stage. President Morsi in late December issued a decree to establish the Zuwail City of Science and Technology. The following report will tell us more about this issue.
President Mohamed Morsi issued a law on December 24th establishing the Zuwail City of Science and Technology as Egypt's national scientific renaissance project. The Zuwail City of Science and Technology, managed by Nobel Prize winner in chemistry Ahmed Zuwail, is officially established according to Law No. 100 1 of 2012, with headquarters and premises located in Sheikh Zayed and October City, with no further details about the exact locations and whether it will use the disputed buildings and the premises of Nile University or not. The law comes after a November ruling by the Administrative Court that Nile University should restore the disputed buildings on the campus after months of protests by Nile University students who insist on the ownership of the university's premises. The concept of Zuwail City of Science and Technology originated in 1999. For a national project of this magnitude to succeed, there are three essentials, each presenting a cornerstone on which the project depends. First, the academic vision. This vision was articulated in 1999 and has been augmented since then with the objective of structuring science and technology to reach an international standard of excellence, while at the same time retaining uniqueness in the scope of problems that are of particular relevance to the region. The second essential of the triad is the establishment of the legal entity. The Cabinet of Ministers' decrees were essential for defining the legal status and for giving Zuwail City of Science and Technology its identity as a national project. Equally important was the endorsement by the Supreme Council of the Armed Forces at the time. A special law for Zuwail City, when finalized by the Egyptian Parliament, will enable it to be a non-profit independent institution and to fully utilize the decrees for the national good. The final essential of the triad is the financial support to operate and maintain research and development at Zuwail City. The Egyptian government has so far reassigned the original 300 acres of land with the existing two building structures to Zuwail City, in addition to an administrative building in central Cairo. The government has also allocated the first installment of funds. Speaking of the vision, Dr. Zuwail said that in this age of science there is no choice but to ignite a renaissance in education and scientific research. He said knowledge is the light of life, and as such it is vital for progress and prosperity. Zuwail City of Science and Technology will catalyze the transition for acquiring modern sciences of today and tomorrow. He said the 20th century witnessed revolutions in science and technology that transformed the world. These discoveries, he said, and innovations came about as a result of a strong foundation in basic research, the space, and with scientists working in an atmosphere conducive to attracting creative and independent minds. Examples are numerous. The laser and transistor were the fruits of curiosity-driven basic research, and now they constitute a $1 trillion-plus world market. Moreover, because productivity at the international level requires the integration of human resources, capital, and technology, it is impossible for a nation to have a real impact on the global economy without a solid scientific base.
With this, we come to the end of today's edition of Your Say. Hope you have enjoyed it, and till we meet again next week, I'm wishing all Egyptians a very happy Christmas.